Hey Leo, this is Muerto Chris. Welcome to the Guard Owl. Today we're going to be doing your general tarot card reading for the month of November 2020. I pre-shuffled the cards, so we're going to go ahead and get started. Silence I ask of the Holy Kindred, sons and daughters of La Santísima Muerte, high and low. At your wastefall, Mother, I will relay the things unspoken of, forgotten, and kept in secret. Heat and cold, as I walk through this home, a far scene which rise in tarot. All right, so your crowning card for the entire month of November is going to be the Magician in reverse, the Emperor, the Wheel of Fortune in reverse, the Hermit in reverse, Justice in reverse, and the Hierophant in reverse. Those are your crowning cards for the remaining weeks of the month. Below those, we have the Ace of Pentacles, the Eight of Wands in reverse, the Ace of Wands in reverse, the Three of Wands in reverse, and the Princess of Cups in reverse. Let me go ahead and show you the spread without the glare. There you go. Okay, Leo, so starting with the top crowning card, it is the Alchemist, otherwise known as the Magician. And this is going to be your crowning card for the entire month of November. So what I'm getting here with this crowning card for you the entire month of November for you in the Alchemist is really just trying to replenish all of your abilities, your magic, your gung-ho powers, reestablishing where you come from, and really looking inwards, and trying to find the magician within and trying to bring it back forward from whence you came. So that's really what's going on in the month of November for a lot of you Leos. For some of you Leos over here, starting in the family line of things, we do have the Emperor in the upright. Following that, underneath is the Ace of Pentacles in the upright as well. So pretty good card. Taking your throne back, putting your foot down on basically yourself and saying, hey, I need to relocate myself. I need to figure out where I'm coming from and how to move forward in that. And the Emperor is very much a card about very strong decision making, very forward, orthodox style, traditional thought, process. And with this Ace of Pentacles here, it really is kind of like, the way this Emperor is holding the globe with the cross on top of it. So is this Ace of Pentacles that's riding underneath of it. There's a cloud, and it's almost kind of like, the humanistic, the spiritual human reaching out to the spiritual, and the spiritual reaching back out and handing over this Ace of Pentacles, going from one hand into the other hand, and just basically being replenished, okay? And that's what's going on, especially with this Alchemist in the reverse. So by the end of November, the Leo Alchemist, the Leo Magician, those of you Leos that are very spiritual, those of you Leos that, have felt a bit of lack in your spirituality and your spiritual practices, regardless of what those practices may be, from even the Christian to the pagan to witchcraft, it doesn't matter. What we're talking about is the wholehearted spiritual Leo here, basically regaining your throne and the spiritual, coming back toward you, and reestablishing yourself. Okay, so that's what we see in the family line. So here in the family line, it's really actually more about yourself, self-love, and self-care in the spiritual form, feeding the soul. So that's really beautiful. I really like that a lot. So by the end of November, you should start to feel a lot more whole on the spiritual level. When it comes down to your social activities, we have the World in reverse, and we have the Eight of Wands in reverse. So because you're kind of going through this whole process of reestablishing yourself and for yourself, that self-love of the magician, of the pagan, of the Christian, of whatever it may be that you practice and follow. Socially, you're kind of there, but you're not all there. And because of the way things are nowadays with the scamdemic, as I like to call it, there's not a whole lot of social activities going on per se when it comes to being around people in the physical manner. However, when it comes down to things in the virtual, such as online activities, social online activities, be it Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, all those platforms, you're still not really all there yet. And then again, going back to this Emperor riding over the Ace of Pentacles, that has a lot to do with it. You are definitely starting to regroup yourself, feeding your soul throughout the month of November. And so that has a lot to do with the social line of things, hence the reason why the World is in the reverse, crowning over the Eight of Wands in the reverse. Really not letting too many issues compel you, not letting too many people into your world of things, kind of keeping quiet of things, because there really isn't a whole lot to talk about to begin with when it comes down to feeding your soul and regrouping yourself. It's more so just like it's a self-preservation type of thing that's going on. That's really the kind of vibe that I'm trying to portray here verbally, is really what's going on. That's what the month of November is for a lot of Leos. I'm getting that feel, is self-preservation. Those are the key words here, is self-preservation. Moving forward with the Hermit in the reverse and the Ace of Wands in reverse. So this Hermit, even though it's in the reverse, is really not that bad of a card. I know a lot of people out there think that reversals are very bad, but for me, I intuitively read things based on how everything is following through. And for me, this Hermit is actually just going even deeper within. Because of the way this reading started, I just see a lot more depth, really digging deep inside, okay? And this is in the work line of things. So as you begin to feed your soul as of the beginning of November, what's today, the 8th that I'm doing this? Okay, so starting with the beginning, starting on the 1st November up until today, on the 8th of November of the airing of this reading, already you've been feeding your soul. You have begun to regroup. And with this Hermit going deep within, with this Ace of Wands, you're going deep within to find that wand, to pull it back out, put it in your hand and raise it up all the way to the top where this Alchemist is, and turn that card all the way around by the end of November is what we're going for here. And having all of your tools prepared and ready to go, because come December, you're going to start getting a few more things coming in where your help will be needed. And as your help is needed, it will begin to flourish and grow more. Come the new year in January, you're definitely going to be back into your power. You're definitely going to be back in demand. Okay, Leos, I'm getting this for a lot of Leos that are practitioners out there. And I'm getting for some of you Leos out there that do prayer groups. I don't know why I'm getting prayer group, but that has a lot to do with the work line too, because prayer is work. It's hard work to, put prayer into practice. And when you put prayer into practice, it's a very physical demand. It's a very physical demanding practice. So for a lot of you Leos out there in the month of November with this Hermit in reverse and riding over the Ace of Wands in the reverse, deep introspection and just going deep in there and then crawling right back out with that wand in hand. Okay. So not bad at all for some reversals. Actually really, really good. A lot of you Leos out there, I think you need this. As a lot of us, in the other zodiac signs, as a lot of us do. But for some of you Leos out there, that's really what's going on. Moving forward in the love line of things, We have the Justice card in the reverse over the Three of Wands. So the Justice card in reverse, again, like I said before, a lot of people find reversal cards to be somewhat problematic, a little negative. But for me, not so, not all the time. This Justice card riding over the Three of Wands, I'm basically seeing just, finally justified, how do I want to say, acts of justice being brought to the forefront when it comes down to the self, being good to the self, eating healthier. I don't know why I'm getting that, but it's coming from somewhere where the choice of eating healthier is now the justified form of doing things. And with this Justice card in the reverse, it's not so much of a bad card to me, but it's actually pointing directly at the Leo at hand. So for you, the Leo watcher watching this video, that sword is actually pointing right at you. Eating a lot of greens, eating a lot of reds, okay? I'm seeing a lot of, vegetation, adding those kind of colors of vegetation because it's in that card. That's what's coming out to me. Not so much of the yellow type of vegetables, but definitely a lot of greens and reds introduced into your diet of vegetation. But crowning that is the Three of Wands. Okay, it's crowning the Three of Wands, and with this Three of Wands, just really not looking out so much into the world. You're just really digging into yourself. And then going back over here to the Wheel of Fortune. For me, the Wheel of Fortune always, for some odd reason, mentally for me, it always seems to kind of reference towards the world as well. And so for me, kind of like in a diagonal form, if you will, from this Three of Wands diagonally to the left going up to the wheel, almost reminiscent of the world, just digging into your powers, and that's going to help with a change in diet. And not really a change of diet, but introducing more vegetation of colors of, vegetation of the colors red and the color green into your diet. Those kind of things will help to uplift the soul and will help to uplift your powers, your poder, as we say in Spanish. These things will begin to rise up within you. And then moving forward into the Hierophant in the reverse, riding over the Princess of Pentacles. Very highly spiritual card, very traditional card, very priestly type card. Where we once have the High Priestess, a lot of people think, well, there's no High Priest in the tarot cards. Actually, there is. It's the Hierophant. The Hierophant is the High Priest. And so for many of you male Leos, I'm seeing those male Leos, even though this card is in the reverse, riding over the Princess of Cups, again, this is not negative to me at all. Nothing about this reading is negative at all. Even though it's a lot of, reversal cards, they're actually pretty good. Lots of good vibe going on here with this Hierophant card. You're going to be handed the keys, okay, from the Ascended Masters. So I'm getting a lot of meditation at some point will begin to start to happen with some of you Leos, if not already. Definitely dig into doing some meditation work, because this goes hand in hand with the love line, starting with the Justice card, riding over the Three of Wands, and then moving forward into the Hierophant in reverse over the Princess of Cups, okay? So this is very much getting more into communication with the divine, with the Ascended Masters. And that is exactly what I'm seeing here with a lot of you Leos, is communication with the Ascended Masters. The only way that may be possible is through the power of long prayer. Okay, power of long prayer. For some of you out there that are into doing rosary type prayers, definitely look into that and slow your praying down during the rosary and try to do it in a long form mantra, things of that nature. When you do something like that, it carries a certain frequency, and in the voice box, it starts to vibrate. And when it vibrates, the voice box is connected where? To the base of the head, going all the way up into the mind where the pineal gland is. So that will begin to vibe Okay, and this goes into the health line. So health wise, for some of you Leos out there, you're definitely going to want to try to get more into doing a little bit more meditative work, being very serious about it in the month of November. This will help to turn this Hierophant right side up the way it should be, okay, and moving forward up into that Alchemist or the Magician and turning that card right side up by the end of November. That is our goal, okay. However, going back to this Hierophant in reverse, riding over this Princess of Cups, the Princess of Cups in the reverse, lots of emotions that have gone through over the past few weeks pretty much have come to none. So that's a good thing, because when you have a lot of like deep emotions, almost of the negative type, they seem to fluster one away from wanting to practice the spiritual, almost causes a small form of depression. And so I don't really see a whole lot of that going on for some of you Leos anymore. And that's freaking amazing, because it's about time that release of that downpression, as I like to say, that downpression that's been keeping you down, that feeling, that negative vibe, whatever was looming, is now lifted off. And now that it's lifted off, get with the program, Leos. You got to start taking on the meditation, very seriously, and start uplifting yourself to help find yourself from deep within, going back to that Hermit, riding over the Ace of Wands to find your wand, bring it up forward to the Alchemist up at the top, flip that card around, lay your wand, in your hand, raise it up to the sky as the Magician should, with your altar in front of you and all your tools, and take back your power, take back your poder, and rise above. And I definitely see that happening for a lot of you Leos. It's going to be a wonderful end of the month for Leo in the month of November. I look forward to seeing you guys back in December and see how things have progressed. Throughout the month of November for you Leos, please leave me your comments. Let me know how things are going. If you'd like to get a personalized reading with me, Morfero Chris at The Guard Owl, go ahead and email me at theguardowl@gmail.com. And we'll go ahead and get to work on getting you a personalized tarot card reading or some other services if you'd like. All right, Leo, that's all I have for you. Have a wonderful November 2020. Have a wonderful Thanksgiving. God bless all of you.